Hello and welcome back to Feed the Beast Ultimate for Minecraft version 1.4.7. Today, I actually don't know what I'm working on. I'm going to do some research and figure that out. But first, I wanted to show off my little menagerie, you might think of it as, for the Twilight Forest here. So we've got our Hydra head mounted on a table and all the armor sets in game. You don't have the ability to take advantage of enchantments usually right from the start of the game because they come, with a hefty price tag. But the Twilight Forest armor and weapons come with pre-established enchantments. Like when you build them, they come pre-equipped. That's pretty fantastic, especially for a starter player. So it might be worth it if you had a new world to just go into the Twilight Forest from the start and pick up maybe a set of ironwood because that comes pre-enchanted with protection or something like that. Or this, which comes with fiery aura, whatever that means. Doesn't seem. I was expecting like animated particles, although this does look pretty fantastic. It covers my eyes, I've realized, but that's fine. So yeah, there you go. So these are my complete, you might say, sets. So I want to do this every time I go into a world. I want to collect every material that they have and sort of put it on display here because I think that looks pretty sweet, actually. The last piece to show off, of course, is that I actually found a way to fill that little spot I had over here. I have moved my cow friend in. Brutus, he's a good boy. He wants to attack me, but he can't because he's a little too wide to get through that small hole. But, I can approach him and look at him, and he's very nice. Very sweet, good boy. I can give him pets for being just the sweetest minotaur of the cave. Yes, he used to hit me when I approached him, but now he seems to recognize his new place. So I can give him like rubs and on his back and make him feel all at home. So that's pretty good. We've also got him in here, this terrifying creature. Not sure what to do with him yet. But yeah, there you go. Other than that, I've just sort of replaced all the torches with the fireflies and made this place just look a whole lot more beautiful. Oh no, how have I fallen? So I've been looking through my Thumbonomicon at the various entries that I have available to me, and I'm very interested in this one here, what looks like a sort of little man. I think that would be fantastic. I want to figure out what that is and what that potentially has to offer me. So I figured that this one that has a little man and motion would be a good start. So I'm going to put this in here and try and figure out what this has to offer me. Golemancy. Oh wow, I may have actually got it in one go. Looking at these, let's see if anything stands out. That could be it. There's like a little, I mean, it's got a soul in it, right? It's soul sand. We could also potentially have the Mechanica and Potentia one. Maybe even Cognito. It's just one of those things. It's very hard sometimes to know what goes into these research things. Typically, I just sort of cut out the thing. Oh, nice. We actually can see what it is now. Ah, we've discovered it. Alright. Golemancy. Your studies into animation, motion, and living creatures is beginning to bear fruit. You are sure if you can harness this power, you should be able to create and control your own magical servants. Well, that's fantastic. Let's see what's here. Whoa. All kinds of stuff. Okay. You've discovered the secret of creating golem workers. Let's see, wood golems can only be crafted from great wood. They are your first step in golemancy, and their uses are fairly limited. When placed on a chest or similar container, the wood golem will keep a close watch on its surroundings. It will pick up items and return to the container. That is awesome. There's maybe like stone golem, maybe, or what would this one be? If that's wood, what's like a? Is this like 3 pigs? Do you think it'd be like straw? Should I put in like wheat, maybe? First things first, though, I'll put more rubber in because I bet you that'll trigger the discovery. Stone golem worker. Okay. Grab stone. Grab soul sand because I feel like that's going to be used in every single one of these. Stone golem worker. While studying the properties of stone, you think you have found a way to apply the principles you have learned to golems. A golem capable of carrying loads to and from containers. There we are. Clay golem worker. Further studies into the properties of earth and stone has led you to a refinement of the stone golem. Golem crafted from clay might be able to keep a chest stocked with items you instructed to. Oh wow, I bet you could get super complicated with this. And finally, Fabrico. Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing I have all my crafting tables that I made in here just for this purpose. Bingo. Tallow Golem Worker. Having mastered the art of making golems fetch and carry for you, the next step would be to make them help you around with the lab. Oh, sweet. Could I use this to, like, keep my crucible filled, do you think? When assigned to assist with a crucible and given a bucket, they're capable of keeping it supplied with water. Yes! This is amazing. I wasn't expecting that. You believe you will be able to modify the base golem core, enabling you to create and control golems that are much faster than the norm. Wow, okay. Oh, that's what these are. Okay. You've cracked the methods required to supercharge a golem core with motive force. Here we are. Straw Golem Worker. You believe you have found a way to increase the perceptive abilities of golems and make them more aware of their surroundings. A golem that can harvest crops and plants. That is fantastic and just what I want. Amazing. Okay, but I might be able to get these other cores. Modify a basic golem core to create golems that are much stronger. Let's read. Golems created with this core are able to create... Golems created with this core are able to carry twice as much as they normally would or inflict greater damage. Wow, okay, awesome. Let's see. We've got 2 more of them in there. We'll try those. Nice. Intelligence. This core gives any golem created with it increased intelligence and reasoning. They are able to perform more than one task at a time or make intelligent choices. What's this? Golem animation core perception. Perception. You think this will be in it? Yeah. I am perceptive. Give me this core. Oh yeah. Let's look at this. What does this have to say for itself? I didn't even read it. Perception. No, not that one. Perception. Golems created with this core have a much larger perceptive range, allowing them to traverse larger distances to perform their tasks or see things that they would not normally be able to. Nice. That's very cool. Very cool and good. Welcome to my testing world. This is a little bit behind the scenes peek, so you can see that it bears a striking resemblance to the real one at certain places. Either way, I didn't want to leave without actually showing off how to make the golems, and unfortunately the footage I had corrupted. So this will be a bit of a behind the scenes thing where I show off how to make it just in theory so that you can see what I've done on a much larger scale in the actual world. So what you'll do is I'll toss in 2 coal and 3 sticks, and then we go like so, and we get a night ore. Then putting this in here along with bricks, we can actually make the animation core. Now, I forgot one material here, which is in fact rubber. So, you take 4 rubber for every 1 animation core. You can toss that in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you can see, we can now make the golem animation core. Now, of course, this is just the basic variety, and that is not going to be suitable for anyone's purposes. So, what you'll need to do is place the golem animation core back in there with a fire shard, and you see it will request 12 cognito. The best source I have of that is paper, so I can toss in the 6 required to get the 12 cognito, and then with the wand in place, we can now get a golem animation core of intelligence. The final step, of course, is to actually make the golem itself, so you put in the greatwood logs and the intelligence core, and then you need to toss in 8 soul sand and 4 wheat, respectively. That is the same across all golem types, and what you'll see is that you can now make the wood golem worker. As I construct a little demo, I will mention that this process dumped so much flux into the atmosphere. Where previously the flux was moderate, it is now at high. That's pretty risky, and you can see why. I mean, I'll just show this clip of the cauldron here. This was for making 1 golem, and you can already see that there's a great deal many aspects that have been released into the atmosphere. Then it's just a matter of creating a setup a bit like this, where you can place the straw golem worker and then the wood golem worker together, and they will continue to farm this material until they're done. So let's hop back over to the normal world, and I could show you what this looks like in game. Alright, so now we can actually get to the farming step of this process. So we've got our straw golems and our wood golem workers. What I'll do is first things first, place down the straw golem here. And as you can see, he'll run around and break open the crops and replant them. Bear in mind that he only does this because he has the intelligence core, otherwise he would just harvest them. So yeah, there you go. Now we've got this guy working. I wish that you could combine multiple golem cores. I would love if this guy could run around super fast, but I guess while the crops grow, he doesn't have anything to do. So as long as he finishes harvesting it before they all grow again, uh, it doesn't lose out on any efficiency, I guess. The other thing is these wood golem workers. So we'll place this guy here, and he'll run around and start collecting things. But he prioritizes things based on location. So if he was standing on this chest, let's say, and I drop something here, he would try and pick it up. Now that's not great, that's not what we need. So in order to make it so that he only works on the farm, what we'll do is we'll just put seeds and wheat in here, and then anything else that's dropped in here won't be grabbed by him. So this is all just self-sustaining now, and I can leave this working as like my little friends go marching to and fro. And my gosh, they look super cute and awesome. I love this so much. So let's just go do that on all the other farms. The last wood golem worker I've gathered, I'm actually going to use down here. Now, I've managed to forget a chest, hang on. So the last place that I'm going to use these golems is actually right down here. So what I'll do is I'll open up this gap right here, place down a chest, and then I could place my wood golem worker here, and he'll start to collect these so that I don't actually take any of the risk on, which is fantastic. So, now, this is very loud. I hope that you could still hear me, but now he will collect the string, the arrows, and the bones that fall from this grinder, and then eventually I'll put in other mobs here, like maybe like zombies or creepers or something. And then I'll just build up these materials. And I don't imagine ever needing anything more than a double chest of these things. And as you can see, it's already filling quite quickly. So in between episodes, I'm going to mute my game first of all, but I'm going to sit here and build up some materials that I can use for my later exploits. That concludes this episode of Feed the Beast. I now have a set of golem slaves, workers. We're not going to use the S word, workers, to farm for me, which is fantastic. Next time around, I'm thinking about getting into the casting wands that Thaumcraft has on offer, which I'm very excited for, so stay tuned for that. If you really like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, all that. I'm done here.